How is it going? Raphael here. And in this video I'm going to show you all the factions I've beaten, or more specifically the auto runs for stage 12. Yes, that means that it will be with power of dominance, but you'll be able to see the positioning and what heroes are used. As for the gear, the later stages require really high attack, so if you have high crit damage builds, you might have to change them a little. The Trial of the Infernals, stage 12, was one of the stages I really had to focus on attack over crit damage, because even though I had the required heroes, I just couldn't beat it at the beginning. As you can see, I'm 270 out of 276 stars, and that's because I think I need to have Valkyria for it. I did pull Nocturne, and I did beat stage 10 with him, but 11 and 12 were actually very difficult. Maybe if I have really good gear, I could do it without Valkyria, but for the moment, I'm unable to do it. And on the Trial of Esoterists, I'm missing 1 point because I need to deploy 2 healers and I only have 1. And because there's no epic or rare healers, I have to hope to pull Ezreal or Desome. But that's how it is with a lot of the trials. You have to have specific heroes to fully complete them. I am going to put timestamps in the description below. Let's get into it. First we have the Cultists Trial, and this is the team I'm going to be using. I am going to start with the cost generator Cyrene. And because I think this right side is the hardest, I'm going to place my best mages there, which is Aeona and Zealous. After that, I'm going to place Cerberus and Aatrox at the top to stop these, let's call them zombies, from transforming. If you let them transform, they're pretty much unstoppable. I've put Greed there to deal with the A units, and at the bottom I put Lacia first, and then Aeon, and next to her Kriya. When you lose Cerberus or Aatrox, you just redeploy them later.
My birds hunger for flesh. Didn't see that coming.
And that's the Trial of the Cultists completed. Next we have Trial of Watchers, and this is the team I'm using. I am starting with the cost generator Dalin, and just in front of her I'll place Regulus. Next is Aeona, and next to her I place Laia. Just in front Laia I'll place Constance, so she can help with her extra healing and inspiration buff. Idra will be next, so her ultimate starts recharging. And after that, Allure, who is very useful here because of her permanent invisibility. Then I place Lightlock for some extra heals. And last but not least, Aveline.
I'll hold the line. Bullseye! We're strong. A symphony of light.
And that's the Trial of the Watchers completed.
A shared
Next is the Nightmare Trial, and this is the team I'll be using. First I'm going to place Abomination. And after that, Valeria. Arrogance will be next. And as soon as I clear the bottom lane, I will just sell Valeria. Next I'll place Wrath and Greed. You can time when to place Wrath, so his ultimate activates before he dies. I am going to place Valeria behind Wrath, and after that I'm going to sell Wrath. I am going to place Deimos at the bottom, so he can inflict some damage to the big guy until he starts moving. I removed Valeria after the top lane was clear. I am placing Volca behind Deimos, so she can give lifesteal to everybody, but also be able to use her ultimate once to inflict her debuffs. I place Baron in front of Abomination, because Abomination wouldn't be able to hold the lane by himself. Komodo does not have the best gear, but placed him just for extra damage. It's time to deal with the top lane again, so I'm placing Ruff again. And also Valeria behind him. And that's the Nightmare Trial completed. Next is the Infernal Trial, and this is the team I'm using. I start with Cetron, followed by Autumn and Dolores to buff him. After that I place Zillitu to start dealing with the top wave. And then Twin Fiend, so now I can finally nuke the boss. I place Hex to help at the bottom. In front of Hex I place Titus. And after I have the cost, I'll place Orim in front of Zillitu. And Eileen on the right. And that's the Infernal Trial completed. Next is Piercer's Trials, and this is the team I'll be using. I place Silas first and I use his ultimate right after he comes out of the web. After that I place Araka in the middle. And then Livian in front of her. I am going to place Lily facing Livian and Araka, and because of the increased range she can reach them as well. I'm going to place Nyx here, mainly to deal with the exploding bugs. Hex goes behind Lily to help with the tanks, with his magic damage. And I'm going to place Absent to use him as a tank. I am going to place Lunaria at the top to deal with the tanks with her magic damage. Ideally you want 2 magic damage dealers, one at the top and one at the bottom. That's why I built Lunaria. And that's the Piercer Trials completed. And finally the Esoterics Trial, and this is the team I'll be using. I will start by placing Kamet first, and then Eloin. I will place I on the left side, and Kamet and I are actually going to do all the heavy lifting. Any other hero I place is not going to be built very well. And you'll see that by the amount of damage they deal. And that's the Esoterics Trial completed. I hope you found that useful. That's it from me, and have a good day.